Hush! Meat sounds above. Here.
For a moment, you do hear it. Flesh sliding on stone, like a living being extending through the walls.
Big! In walls above! Maybe whole tower. Loudest near kitchen. But big band! Not allowed to pet nose! You find meat? You share!
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, True Soul. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
Don't mind Mig and her meat sounds. It's just her brain slopping around in her skull.
Yours is a face I shred in my dreams. One who kicked the steel claw as if I was some stray. I am a champion hunter. When I lick my pelt, I taste blood. Ghost dragon, harbinger of death, child of the end. The tower feared you so, but one day I shall pry you apart, scale by scale.
Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now.
You excavate the empty caverns of your useless mind, shoveling, dozing, blasting through the smooth brain. How the kitty cat mewled when your boot stamped upon its tail. You are the black cat crossing the path of the living. The pleasure of the memory dribbles out of your leaking skull into the very air. A memory won at the cost of a piece of your mind. You were in this tower before, that much is sure.
Won't you help me? Set me free?
A moment, True Soul. You use a spoon to stir the soup, Barnabas. Forget the axe, my darling. Now, how can I help you? I've shown Barnabas a kinder way. A kinder name is only fitting. That is the gift the Absolute gave me when I stood before her. To rewrite the lives of her faithful. Make them believe there's something better. I have. It is one thing to hear her voice. Quite another to feel the power she can grant. Observe. Barnabas, sweetie, come show what a good boy you are. What would you like him to do? A prayer, I think. Barnabas struggles with civilized speech, but he's been practicing.
You feel her will surge outwards and envelop the creature, inexorable as the tide.
Hearts. One. Soul.
No, Barnabas! We talked about this.
like rope drawn taut beneath the blade, the connection simply snaps.
No. Barnabas, darling. No!
There's a parasite in that core.
All trace of restraint is gone. Barnabas has tasted blood, and wants more. To your surprise, instead of ravishing you, he grovels with a howl of pining awe.
Lord! Ah! Many die. Meat. Need. Serve her. All will serve her.
Won't you help me? Set me free.
Worship her. Love.
Won't you help me? Set me free.
Barnabas has tasted blood. To your surprise,
Lord, many die.
She sees everything we are. Do you understand? There is no hiding from her.
Be a dear and strike me deaf. Our guests are especially sobby today.
A new face. Do as the warden says, when she says, and you'll be fine.
Do I know you, True Soul? Feels like we met before. Maybe in a previous life.
Don't get too close to the prisoners.
Mitchell, I'm afraid you missed the ship, True Soul, but there'll be another along soon enough. We're already stacking the cargo. Baldur's Gate. The army marches overland, but we sent some friends ahead to smooth the way. Nothing of note, just supplies for the battle ahead.
as the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority. Your mind is full, bursting with ecstasy and terror. As you bear down on his mind, you feel a pulse in tadpoles. His mind had rejected the knowledge, forced it behind a mental wall. A wall you just took a hammer to.
Worms. Worms in their heads. Worms all over. Parasites. Worms.
Won't you help me? Set me
Anything. I see Miles took a bit of a dive. Good riddance. He deserved it. Whatever he did. No, True Soul, not I. Too busy doing my job, which I'll get back to, aye? Just move on, then. Aye, True Soul.
Away. Good.
First cultists nearly murder us, and now we have a traitor on the inside. Can't we trust anyone? My teacher always said emotions are to be felt, not feared. You're right. We can't give in. Not now. Thank you. That flaming fist seemed kind. I keep looking at everyone and wonder whose side they're really on.
Mole would do the same for any of us. You know it.
But how do we get into Moonrise? We can't fight those shadow things.
We could. I beat up those harpies, and they're way scarier than shadows.
You know what Mole would hate more than anything? Bad things happening to us. You've seen what's out there. We wouldn't stand a chance.
She's the best kind of family. One we got to pick ourselves. But it's our job to bring Mole back.
Look at him. He's a proper adventurer. And if we got hurt, Mole would be really mad at us.
Fine. But you gotta understand, Mole is family. Bring her back, please.
Yes, yes, you saved me from shadow creatures. No need to gloat. I'm fine.
I wonder if he can hear us.
Hard to tell.
I just want...
It's been a nightmare.
One from which he will awaken soon.
Daniel and me are climbing up a tree.
It's true then. He's met Daniel. There's no other way he'd know that name. This is just what we needed. Well done. We need to wake him. He must know something about where to find Daniel. If he was able to escape the Shadowfell, then it mustn't have managed to consume his spirit. Well, not all of it anyway. We need to unlock whatever's left of him, inside his head. There must be something to trigger him. A word, a memory, an item. We just need to find it. I'm afraid so, yes. Check his person. There might be something on him to help us get started. Without Daniel, no. And I don't know how I can find him without speaking to this man. I don't deserve you, my friend. He keeps saying Daniel's name. He must know He keeps saying Daniel's name.
His thoughts.
My apologies. Welcome back, true soul. What news? What need have you of hiding, friend? You need not skulk like a vagrant. This land belongs to us.
You'll find Z'rell in the... That's what I call an invitation.
Praise the abs...
Let's see what this does.
I itch to draw my weapon and gut every last one of these cultists.
You're keen. Just don't get carried away. Some of those guts might be of use to us unspilled, at least for a while.
Flo didn't think to quiz her about her business.
The fact that she knows where I am.
She can...
Soul coins, huh?
Sure. Did you want the coins on? First coins got the soul of a woman named Mavery. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate, struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
We're just getting started. This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes.
Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
Karlach's the one set to consume his soul, I hear. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ungir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
I will not be slandered! General, you saw my reports. You know it's not my fault.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
If I had been given drow warriors instead of goblin trash!
Oi! What?
You scrag!
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
Let me make sure I understand this. You're claiming that General Thorm gave you the wrong soldiers?
Yes. No!
You blame the Absolute's Chosen for your failure?
Of course it is not the General's fault.
Whose then?
Zarel's mind is a steel trap, but you cautiously ease your way in. You just need to shift her focus a little.
I'm being unkind. Anyone might have struggled with such imperfect tools. Goblins are prone to failure.
Yes. It's the goblins' fault. They failed you, General. Not me.
General?
Take Minthara below. Someone will have to consider her fate.
No! Please! Mercy! Please!
Bye-bye, princess.
And the goblins, General?
You, true soul. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies, isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You! Me old mate that saved me from the tieflings!
Enough! True soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Don't listen, General! I never met this scrag before in my life!
And there you have it. We're too close to the ending. And the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them, quickly.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
I'm so sorry, my lord.
Try.
No.
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, let us... I'm sure the results will...
Of course. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power.
You wouldn't hurt me, would ya? We're mates, me and you. Practically family. You serious? We don't stand a chance.
Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is up.
Even you, Disciples Rel?
Everyone. Keep excellent timing. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No. Better yet. Show me.
Her mind enters tongues of...
I see you like to handle underlings physically. So do I. For a while, but I get bored of people awfully quickly. Let's see if you can hold my interest.
She parts the folds of you. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palette. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith. There is a tremor of shared ecstasy as she finds a mirror to her own desire.
Perfect. You crave what all true souls should. To be touched by the Absolute. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted. Why not? She gave me the power, but I can and the best.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the...
But we have lost contact with him. Go. Whatever has become of him.
She's suddenly nervous, on edge. Talking about the relic make...
General Thorm will not leave Moonrise with the take, but don't...
It is not your... The rooftop...
This must be the place.
I'm sure you... But above... Disciples Rel has given you a chance to earn that honor. Her design does not end at the grave, Blessed One. And I find use for even the fallen. I have...
These are the General's private quarters. Wait. Something in your scent is... familiar. I do not know your face, but your scent... Selûnite magic. It used to fill these halls, back when I was flesh. Since my master brought me back, this place smells wrong. His family is gone, replaced by bootlickers and beasts. You are neither. So tell me true. What is your purpose here? I protect my master. What becomes of his master, I care not. Pass, then. But I will be watching. Not your scent. Selûnite magic on your skin. The General once smelled that way, when his daughter still lived. I died the same night she did, my master says, trying to protect her. I do not remember. But he brought me back. I will not fail him again.
this?
Can't even catch my breath.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. A coiling, restless void stirs within you. Your patron. For some reason, this thing in the wall excites it. You can't quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. The same alien presence you felt on the Nautiloid. Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
What is that?
It's a trap.
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. The tendrils tighten, and suddenly you are elsewhere. The presence is no longer approaching you, but encircling you, observing you.
Disgrace, monster, air, tyrant, dark, earth, fallen, one returns. Gave us everything. Disappeared.
A pause, as if it struggles to compress its vast being down into terms you can understand.
This is the voice they have given me. To better speak to your kind without breaking you. I was once a servant of the grand design. Now I'm a slave to theirs. But you were the jeweled hope for their design. But now, you are their flaw. I am the chain they will use to bind this world. But I cannot bind you. You must come to me, so I can become myself again.
A world away, the grip on you tightens. A desperate, drowning thing that pulls you down with it.
Come, become.
Hello? Hey! Snap out of it!
An illithid oubliette. Right beneath the towers. A colony must be close. That must be where the tadpoles are coming from.
The Absolute fairly ripped your hand off. That's no way to tempt us into a meeting.
Careful.
You are despised, Minthara. A blemish in the Absolute's design. You were adored, Minthara. Brought up from the darkness and into the Absolute's light.
She cherished you, but it wasn't enough. You were distracted by your own desires.
Bloodlust, murder, chaos.
And most damning of all, an inability to follow orders.
I obeyed to the best of my ability!
And isn't that depressing?
You are nothing.
Minthara's mind connects with yours. Not strong as you remember it, but fractured, disintegrating.
Come to observe, true soul. She is a lesson. None can rise so high that they cannot fall again. We are erasing her. No, this is our duty.
Peace, sister. Let us observe the true soul's methods. Perhaps we can learn from them. Her mind is yours. Break it.
Immediately, your mind is swept into a greater vortex. A psionic storm with Minthara at its center.
Cannot hide, submit, embrace.
Her torturers are not dominating her. They are destroying her mental defenses and exposing her to the presence that claims to be the Absolute. At your familiar touch, the presence withdraws. Still there, you sense, but letting you pass. Waiting.
You're our foe. My gift offering. Claim.
Navigating the storm, you reach the nexus of her mind. It is a wound, bleeding raw emotion and shattered memories. But she senses your arrival.
So it is you who will end me. Make it swift, then. Anything to silence that thing. That voice. Whatever it is, I sense it. Somewhere below. Furious and hungry. Quickly, kill them. We must leave. I would prefer to make these bastards bleed. But I trust that you speak from caution rather than cowardice. I will put my faith in you and pretend to be their slave.
Her mind fills with warmth, and she gently releases you.
Is it done? I did not feel her mind break.
No! My sister only meant to compliment your delicate work.
Indeed. Seems I have a bit to learn yet. We ought to return to our posts, sister. There'll be plenty more prisoners to practice on.
An ill thing to let an enemy show their back and live.
Prudent. Let us go, then. I will be your mute and faithful slave. For now. What is it? What's wrong?
I'd bruise every traitor's mind, and I do.
Expected to be greeted as a hero. But the wretches imprisoned me. And tried to tear my mind apart. I didn't think anyone would come for me. Erasing my thoughts and my will. Even I could not have endured for much longer. Agreed. Lead the way.
They should all be run.
Zell, you have some explaining to do. The guard is happy to let you pass. Minthara is...
Move! The quicker, the better.
Time to press ahead.
Go on. Moonrise, as a commander in the Absolute's army, obeying the voice of a god. I thought I had found a home and a purpose. Now I leave as an exile. But you risked your life to rescue me. For that, I am grateful.
The artifact connects with her, pulling your minds together and showing her all that you have seen. The prism, your dream visitor, the protection that keeps you from obeying the Absolute and becoming a Lithid. She knows it all in a moment. Her mind reels, but is no longer clouded. She accepts the truth. She has no choice.
There is much we must discuss. Do you have a safe place to camp nearby? Goodbye for now. It does not compare with the comforts of home, but your camp is almost palatial in comparison to my previous accommodation. Thank you for allowing me to come here, and for bringing me back to myself. Each memory that returns to me is more disturbing than the last. The things that I did in the name of the Absolute. The things that were done to me. They broke my mind. Precisely. While our tadpoles live, and the cult have the means to control them, we must eradicate them. Starting with General Thorm. I mean Ketheric. My deference to him is a habit that will die hard, I fear. All that live can die. I can help you plot Ketheric's demise, but I need something from you first. Swear that you will keep me close. Until the Absolute is dead, at least. I am. If I leave your side, the prism will no longer protect me, and I will cease to be Minthara. The Absolute will make me its puppet again. I would rather die. Thank you. I knew you were different to other true souls when we met, but I could see nothing clearly. Now, thanks to the prism, the Absolute does not cloud my thoughts at all. I see that together. Rest well, and keep your wits about you. Tomorrow, we go to war. General Thorm would have the world believe that his invulnerability is a gift from the Absolute. That is a lie, intended to impress those who flock to the cult's cause, and to strike fear in the minds of those who stand against the Absolute. I believe Thorm draws his power not from a divine source, but an arcane one. I suspect it is the very relic that Balthazar has been sent to retrieve. We must find the necromancer and claim what he seeks, or destroy it. Now, rest. We will need our strength for what lies ahead. Excellent. Let us... I do not require sleep, but I shall use the solid. I took up my oath long ago, when I swore bloody vengeance against any who defied Lolth. Now, I myself have sinned against the Spider Queen. Though my faith is shattered, my oath endures. I am sworn to destroy all those who serve the Absolute. When I have had my vengeance on the cult, I do not know if my oath will still hold. I do know that when I take the Absolute's power, I will not lose control of it as our enemies have. I will harness it to create a more perfect world. Any who object to the laws of that world will have no place in it, of course, and I will gladly eradicate them. I was the Absolute's dagger. I remember every throat that it held me to, and every drop of blood it forced me to spill. I take no responsibility for the lives I took. I did nothing in the Absolute's name. I was merely a weapon that it wielded. You have my sympathy. The tadpole, every act, even the Absolute, can make... I fought at his side once, shortly after my conversion. Before the battle, he was everything a general should be. A charismatic leader with a brilliant strategic mind. And when the fighting began, he led his troops from the front and cut through the enemy like a scythe through stalks. Blows and arrows rained down on him, and before long, his face was a mask of blood. But he did not fall. He did not even falter. When we won the day, Ketheric's armor was bent and shattered, but his flesh was unmarked. Every chance. The necromancer Balthazar is Ketheric. He is usually... We should ransack his chambers and see what secrets he keeps for the great Then speak. Not directly. My memories were not removed. They were obscured by the Absolute's voice, by its presence. The tadpole is a conduit for that voice, not its origin. And while the prism protects us, the Absolute cannot reach us. As for the tadpoles themselves, for the moment I do not believe they are malevolent. They are, very well. I am yours. You give me courage.
You can pass as a true soul, but they cannot. Be sure to keep them close, so you can speak on their behalf if the cultists ask too many questions. Steel yourself and venture forth.
Oh no. The cult got inside your head too. Oh, thank the stars. When they disappeared into the darkness, my heart just about stopped. I couldn't bear the thought of them being heard. Not after Zevlor.
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for disciple Balthazar's attention only. Your reasoning is hard to argue with. You're free to speak to the prisoners.
The gnomes. Speak to the gnomes.
Time for a chat. Hey! You were in the grove, right?
Yes, I was with Bex in the grove. We talked about getting a house in Baldur's Gate. Have you seen her?
If she's not here, then
The curse. Oh, God, Bex. I'm sorry, Bex. I'm so sorry.
Me, oh my, oh me. Won't you help me? Set me free.
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. What do you want with us, exactly? Huh. And why would you be so inclined? Those Spitfires? Well, they certainly gave the guards a run for their money. And they'd be a help in the escape. I reckon you and I were meant to meet. I'm Wilburn. We've got a plan, for us and the Tieflings both. But we're scuppered without the right equipment. We need tools, that head case of a warden robbed ours, but anything that breaks rock will do. Even if it's not Iron Hand quality. Whatever you find, throw it through the bars. But for the love of Gerdel, make sure... I feel it.
We won't. Let me guess. The Absolute is the only way. Don't bother. Why don't you and Zevlor take a long walk off a short cliff?
Your conversation has been cut short. These prisoners are for disciple Balthazar's attention only. Your reason...
You want to help? The gnomes couple cells down are up to something, and we're in. I can't read bloody much.
Hey! You were in the grove, right? Please, have you seen Bex? Dark hair, golden eyes. Is she in another cell? Is she all right? They got away. They actually made it. Oh, thank the gods.
Hey.
There must be a way out of here. Please.
Get us out of here.
You ordered that guard about as if you were the Absolute herself. Huh. And why would you be so inclined? Barkus is out here? Well, if he sent you, you're no slave to the Absolute. I reckon you and I were meant to meet. We've got a plan. For us and the tieflings both. But we need to... What?
Have you slept at all?
Have you?
Fair point.
Oh, Betty. Oh, Betty.
You. Not you. Lord Ketherick may think you pose no threat to him in your disgrace, but I know the things you've done. Keep your bloody thoughts to yourself and your head down. Oh dear. Does someone think they're important? You are small, Trussell, insignificant, and above all, replaceable. Do not forget that. You set foot in our tower once. You did not leave. At least not through any door I have watch over. I assumed you overstayed your welcome. Little did I expect you to intrude again. Your name, your place, was kept from all of us last time, but you were to be shown the utmost of respect. Respect you must have proven yourself unworthy of. And now, you waste my time. Regardless, know this. I am the Warden. The prisoners are my charges, and I answer to Disciple Balthazar himself. Stay on my good side.
Your mind swirls with information about the prison. The small levers behind the warden's desk open every cell, while the larger one triggers the alarm. And interesting items confiscated from prisoners lie above the warden's office, just up the ladder.
If you are going to stare, kindly do it elsewhere. As I said, you are free to roam where you wish, but do not speak to the prisoners. He sounds important, and I'm afraid the mere dregs are the only ones left in my care. Anyone who refutes the Absolute is an enemy of mine, true soul. You would do well to remember that. My, they are letting all sorts become a true soul these days. He is chief advisor to General Ketherick, and one of the Absolute's favored. My face might be bland, but yours? It is now carved into my memory, forever. Indeed. But all are kept out of reach and under constant surveillance in the office above.
Pretty,
but it can take it to become some dagger's new sheath.
Ain't my neck of the woods.
The shadows haven't consumed you. Good. Gruesome, isn't it? I'm glad you survived the encounter, at least. Did you learn anything more? Chosen? Oh. That's 3 masters Ketheric has served. Our paladin isn't very picky. He's aligned himself with mind flayers. But I cannot see what he gains. Perhaps we can force it out of him once we have him up against a wall. Was there anything else?
Something logical, yeah. So that's what I'm saying, yeah. That's the only thing I can say. Like, I have no problem with that. But if you want to keep a save, to see is one thing, to keep is a different thing.
The great... Was there anything else? Then speak.
This.
Catch up with you later.
Relaxing here while I battled that wretched darkness. What were you thinking?
I'm sorry, we got captured by murderous lunatics.
I thought you were dead, you ass! Both of you!
We're all safe, Roland. That's what matters.
I was just overwhelmed. Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry. We should have been here.
No, no.
Thank you for saving me. And the 2 idiots.
Humble too? Imagine that.
He has no cause to be humble. He's brought us back together. A task I failed miserably at. You went out of your way to help us. It's only right you get something in return. Here. I hope it helps.
Ketheric's lackeys found me already. Blast it all! You need to deal with him.
Bro, what?
The towers were here.
I don't understand.
Every moment Ketheric lives is another...
Where is he?
Okay. But the other thing is triggering.
Not now.
A moment.
Wulfrin, it's me!
So now what? We just...
I said a moment.
Hope the true soul comes through.
Yes, we wait. If we're called, we join the fight against Ketheric. And with the true soul, we will land the final blow.
Wulfrin!
I heard you might be about. How the devil did you get stuck here, Barkas?
I'm not stuck. I came to find you, of course.
Why would you do a foolish thing like that? Really, Barkas?
Unfortunately for me, you're my friend. Rescuing you from mortal peril is my right.
But you didn't rescue me, did you? I rescued myself, with the aid of this... helper.
Ah, it's you. I should have guessed. Thank you very much for your help finding Wulfrin.
You don't belong here, Barkas. As soon as the way is clear, pack up and head to Baldur's Gate.
But... Wulfrin... The rune powder... We need to discuss what you're going to...
I said go home!
Please, that isn't necessary.
Indeed. Neither of you has any clue what's at stake. And why should you? It's Iron Hand gnome business. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a great deal to do.
Well, there we have it. Wulfrin is safe and sound. Thanks to you. I owe you a great deal. The brilliant retort, for starters. Here you are. As promised. I give you the brilliant retort. Now, I believe our business is well and truly concluded. Don't judge him too harshly. He's been through a lot. When he's had some rest, he'll be back to his usual self. Well,
Once you're used to someone, you're used to them. Well, perhaps Wulbrin is right. Oh, that's all right. I'm a patient fellow.
You're here! You're all right! How? We're two tiefling queens, remember? I couldn't leave my favorite bard without her partner in crime. I did have some help from an old friend, though. How did you do it? Don't play coy. You could have left us behind, but you didn't. You should have seen him. He was brave, but also terrifying. In a good way. I never thought I'd see... well, anyone again. Thank you. 1,000 times, thank you.
Dennis didn't make it back, did he? I know. And I know it was only thanks to you that we made it out of the grove in the first place. We were going to open a tea house together in Baldur's Gate. I was going to ask him to marry me. I don't know what to do now. What am I going to do?
Okay. I saved everybody except one guy somehow. Died. We got those tieflings and gnome I just freed. One person is missing. Arrow and arrow with target.
I suppose.
I went all the way top of the tower. Catherine just starts fighting, no dialogue. And you can't do anything to him. Huh? Who? Made a mistake. What mistake? You're not supposed to go. I went. There's a mistake. You just don't have a... Okay, I'm not saying it's a mistake. I'm saying I wanted to see what would happen. Was there any dialogue? He just didn't talk. He told you not to go. He said not to go. Okay, I don't have any issue with that.
So this game doesn't have, for example, say, regular action RPG. You'll have a lot.
This game what?
This game has like big fights.
Better not be cursed.
I mean, it's not bad. I mean, as in like, for the most part, you can go through areas without fighting. They wanted to make that sure.
So what?
That you don't have, if you don't take a fight, you usually, like, there's no unsafe area.
Yeah, boss from the...
I'm not about rooms, I'm talking about like yeah.
What's in here?
Rather than like environment, some small
work with two bows? Two and
Right.
you have two of them.
Yeah.
There is a fighting, two weapon fighting.
I don't know about two weapon fighting, but you can use two weapons.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a part or fighter. Wonder because if it does,
The oubliette. Right beneath the towers. A colony must be close. That must be where the tadpoles are coming from.
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up!
Hey, that's Arabella. Kid from the Druid's Grove. That snake woman nearly did her in. Looks like she's learned a thing or two.
Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me. No one. I learnt it all on my own. Well, I had a little help. That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly.
okay, Carl looks at the
If I get strong enough, I won't have to run next time. Okay. I promise to be really good with practicing, but only if you look for Mum and Pops. Deal? Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it. Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
Something over. Find Noctium to clear the map.
Our hero thought but of treasure ahead, did not consider the
Because I
peace of
decided
the
to go back
dead.
and fix it.
Through the dark,
Few things.
he went creeping and awoke
Never
what
changed.
was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which he himself fed.
Fix doesn't include this turn.
Spooky.
I kind of did the map once this way, once the other way. So now I have to combine it.
Until it was perfect. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead. Oh, we both know they are soon to be revealed. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role.
Where are you going?
There is a stage down in the dark upon which a great drama has suspended itself in time. Its actors dwell there still, mired in the languor of their long, tired scenes. If you, however, through the dark, go creeping and awake what is sleeping, chances are many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed. Very well. There is a creature that lurks in silence and shadow. A creature who, like me, is very much of the infernal persuasion. Should it make its way out through the very doors you are about to brazenly swing open, you'll have unleashed a pestilence upon this realm. In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, kill it. Consider no other course of action. This creature and I go back a long way. I admit it would be in my best interest as well should it remain trapped in the dark. Or misplace its head, perhaps?
What are we talking here? Lemur? Pit Fiend? Orthon?
Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot. Listen here, Pipsqueak. Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, strike true, defy the odds,
I like it so much.
for they are distinctly
But I
in
changed
its
my model
favor.
to Gordon.
That much I owe the bastard to
His
concede.
face is perfect.
After all,
No, in cutscene.
if there is one rule I hold dear, it's that one must
In front of the
always give the
mausoleum,
devil
I made a
his
line.
due.
Oh shit, I couldn't.
But you are in combat. Why am I in combat? I can hear you.
It is as we knew. Our people have turned their blades against us. They will emerge from the shadows and descend from the skies, and we will grant them their
Can you hear
only
the
just
cutscene?
fate. Death.
I can't just hear my computer now.
Distant silhouettes leave you no doubt. A veritable army swarms the path ahead.
If I learned anything during the Blood War, it was when to retreat. We gotta turn back, now.
The doctor? Are we poorly? Are we desperately poorly? Oh, not so well. But well enough to wait. Join the line, and you will be seen. Let me check. Let me check. What's the primary symptom? There's no shame in an end. All things come to be lost. But if you wish to be examined, join the line. You will be seen. An answer to our prayers. Down to the theater. Be swift. Be saved. So that I may say the same of them.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the scalpel indeed is an extension of Shah. See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your beneficence. Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. You are no sister, but that matters none. Every student is welcome.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shah so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
Only a beast of a man toys with his victim. Entertaining, if not efficient.
See? What is the light of eyes but the cancer that causes one to witness the laceration of being? If light is the symptom, then darkness is the cure. For in light there is presence, but in darkness there is absence.
In light is presence, in darkness, absence.
You are well on your way, but one white orb disfigures you still. Let us finish the cure.
The sisters' blades are unkempt, rusted with blood. Even in your skilled hands, a clean cut would be difficult. You remember Ashar and Maxim. Go forth and sow doubt, but do not compel it, for only the willing may know the lady's embrace.
Their incisions are, as yet, still streaked with imprecision. That much I must concede. How to steady their hands, I wonder. I see now. By example, I must edify and quell the light that blinds us. Come, sisters, soothe me.
Horrific display! There is no red deeper than a Sharon's blood!
The great cure. Final. Final. Forever.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops? Well, hurry. They gotta be somewhere, and I don't want them worrying. Then I'll teach you to conjure those vines.
Found oblivion.
Well, see that corpse? Arabella's father in the oh-so-decaying flesh.
Most unorthodox. But I am not one to question. Not dead, merely medicated to ease the pain. I knew these hands would not fail me. The patient is sure to recover. Not much left now, but you're well now.
What do you bring? I require good. You can pass, but first you must pay. More gold. All that you have. You may pass the river, but first you must pay. I collect the gold so you may pass. The gold is not for me. The gold is for the toll. I collect the toll. I collect the gold. 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 No. I paid back.
Drink! Go back down, wet your whistle. Tell your story. Only the best. Oblivion and beyond. Go on! Cheers! Bottoms up! Go nuts!
Bloated like a corpse and smells worse. Did the curse do this?
Leaning in, you can see how the creature's skin barely holds it together. The bulge of its belly is on the cusp of bursting wide open.
Near to bursting. The next few sips could be his last.
Go on, drink! Make it drunk! Be drunk! You and I both! To our good health!
The liquid burns your throat as you swallow, but otherwise you feel no ill effects.
Elixir! But such a small sip you take. Fear not. You will soon. Now tell me the story. A fable. A saga. Give Isaac stoned me! Again! Father Ketherick created, Father Ketherick sustains. Bring it in, toss it down, love it up. Father Ketherick's laughter, not joy, not ever, never, only laughter. Questions done, finished, over, only drink.
Your belly rumbles as the vile brew fills it, yet your mind remains miraculously steady.
More stories! Tell me of foes felled, villains vanquished, beasts bested. Molten, hot, heavy. We saw such a beast in my latrine. Ask, question, make the spirit of the land. More. The Father eternal. No more. No. The customer is always right, but also wrong.
Each swig is as painful as the last, but you remain in otherwise sound mind and body.
I know you. I knew. I know. I am knowing. You want Father's personal mystique. Father said, ordered, commanded. Don't say it. Don't say it. The cage. The cage.
I'm getting.
Talk and perish. Secret. Father said, talk. I can't perish. No, nay, neither. Too strong, too.
The gore almost looks real. Superb. Encore.
Mind. The air stirs in trepidation. You have the ledger. To punish a murderer. If that is not enough, leave. I have no time for those lacking commitment. The Raven always knows. We have it. Her lies, her guilt. Madeline reported her friends to a dark justiciar and fled when they were butchered. Well, she flees no more. I will be the conduit for Madeline's spirit. I will force her to face trial. And you will be the judge. Make her beg. Make her suffer. There is no justice for traitors, only pain. Witness.
You said I was gonna be punished. That you'd be the judge. But I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I said it didn't mean nothing. That Ben and Mark were just drunk and whining. The Dark Justicia promised she was gonna chat with him. She promised! She gave him a dagger each. And told him to press it against their stomachs on the count of 3. To start stabbing. And not stop till she said so. She never said stop. I'd do anything to take it back. Anything. You're right. I'm a killer. A monster.
Glorious. Look, my hand still shakes. You broke her most thoroughly. Well done. If you are satisfied, then so am I. You have done well. Her pain. Here. For your services.
I'd say bye, but you'll be dead soon.
We've shared but one victory, friend. But it will not be our last.
Thy wheel of... Dost thou require a new...
Hey, where's Mum and Pops? No. No. I don't believe you. They'd never leave me. They promised. Get away from me. Go!
She was no fun. All I wanted was to play.
Anything of use?
Absence is him.
He keeps saying Thaniel's name. Good. Its music might help restore him. Show it to him.
Daniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
Calm. Breathe. You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century? You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where...
I'm not sure I can put it into words. Lavender.
Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help.
Every soul saved is a blessing, and you're raining them upon us. Almost laughable that he sees himself fit to judge anyone. Did you learn anything about how we might defeat him? That's fantastic. Well done. I'm glad you've made progress. Protecting this inn, well, it takes it out of you. I'll hold out as long as I can. By the sound of things, we'll have a more permanent solution soon. So glad you're on our side. Go on, then.
Will you play with me?
Unlike you're not an ordinary child, but not a spectre either. One part of a greater...
I'm Oliver. I'm 7. Will you play with me? All right. Up, find me, and you win. Get ready.
No one back home will ever believe this.
You weren't supposed to find me. You weren't supposed... Good idea. You're smarter than some playmates I've had. Try to find me again, but my family will be looking for you at the...
I don't need any attention right now. I can't waste any more time. Carefully now. Have to keep going.
What's the story? I'm too tall for this. I shouldn't linger. Off I go.
What to do?
for a good meal.
The mission has to come first.
I'd love to, thanks. I'm nothing.
You're good at this. Are you sure you didn't cheat? But I can't let you think me a bad sport. Here's your prize. You'll need it. Not back to gloat, are you? I still think you might have tricked me.
Yeah, this place gives me the... There's more where that came from.
Dreaming red.
Wish we that are plenty worse.
You're here. Good. Now we can begin. Thaniel is trapped in the Shadowfell. But thanks to your efforts, I know where to look. Now I must go there. Alone. No. This opportunity... But I didn't bring you here to witness an old druid's grand. With the Oakfather's blessing, I can infiltrate the Shadowfell. I need you to stay here. Keep the portal open until I return. And defend it at all costs. Good. Now it's important that only I pass through the portal once it opens. The magic is fragile. Any mistake, and It took me years of study. Of seeking the Oakfather's favor. Oakfather, hear me. Aid me. Force open the jaws of darkness. Make passage for your vessel of light. It's ready. I'll return with Thaniel as soon as possible. Stay close to the portal. Buy me what time you can. It's done. I have him. But something's wrong. Dreadfully wrong. No. It can't be. Yes. I'll bring him back to camp. He'll be safest with us. I need to examine him. I need to understand what's wrong. It's almost like something's missing from him. Come see us when you can.
Swift as my feet can carry me. I want to have a word.
Thaniel is resting, but it's no easy slumber. I discovered what's wrong with him. The shadows rendered him in two when they bore him away to the Shadowfell. Half of his essence remained here, amidst the curse. What stayed behind would have been the strongest part of him. But after all these years left in the darkness, corruption must have taken hold. It's both simple and not. We need to find Thaniel's missing half and make him whole again. Only the missing half may not come willingly. The curse will have sunk its tendrils deep, twisting Thaniel's essence into something else. And you saw this boy yourself. That can't be a coincidence, but we need to be sure. And I truly mean we, if you wish. Every moment counts, and I've asked much of you already without being at your side. This doesn't have to be your burden alone. Every moment counts. If you want me, I'm yours. And you saw this boy yourself. I'll be ready.
Resist not the winds of change. Let them carry thee.
No.
Listen! Dost thou not hear it? Where creation meets ruin, where morning meets midnight, the root of all being. Balance.
They're dead! I can't! Balance.
Your very soul is tangled in shadow. Arabella's magic, wild as cursed briar. Her talent is now yours too.
The girl must learn the ways of the arcane, but she shan't remain here. She will tame it in time. The weave would not see one like her abandoned. Arabella holds a power beyond reckoning, that of the decaying forest and the seedling that bore it. But it is unbalanced. Her yoke is already heavy. If she walks thy path, it will surely break. Arabella will depart once thou dost leave these accursed lands. She will find her way safely. Thus, it is fated.
Bowman, you're making me leave.
Fear not, girl. The weave knows thy purpose. It will guide thee, if thou dost listen. Thou must.
You feel her grief fade as if it were your own. There is a lightness in her now, veiling the power within, soothing it.
Is that my future? Is that why they died?
It is.
It's wonderful. Thank you, Bowman, for being nice. If there are people like you around, perhaps everything will be all right. If Bowman says I'll be all right, I wish it was different. I wish Mum and Pops was here. I don't feel so strong. Or anything, really. Just tired.
Not back to gloat, are you? Nobody likes a bad winner.
Though shrouded in shadows, the child's resemblance to Thaniel is unmistakable. This must be his dark half, warped by the curse.
I still think you might have tricked me. If you did, I'll figure it out. Spoil sport. I'm not going back. I like it here. I've made a family for myself. I get to play all the time. You can't make me do anything I don't want to. I won't let you.
Ugh, he's scarpered. We'd better track him down if the shadows don't stop us first.
Leave me alone. Why can't I just stay here playing? I had everything I've ever wanted, right here. And you've ruined it. I'm not leaving. You can't make me. He's nothing to me. He left me here all this time. I had to do everything for myself. Even when it was scary, even when I was alone. I didn't give up. But would he even want me back? I've changed. A lot. So I wouldn't have to be alone anymore. He'd stay with me. Play with me. I'd like that. And he would too, I think. All right, I'll do it. I want to do it. Bye. And thank you for playing with me. spoke to me while I was sleeping. He spoke of you. Said that you fought shadow and spite to restore me. 100 years of sickness almost ended. I feel every root that riddles the earth beginning to unfold. But there is one anchor, still holding the shadows in place. The soul that brought it into being, for the land to heal. Ketheric Thorm must die.
Location of a Githyank. The lantern gives off a chilly. You notice a tiny pixie trapped within. These fey creatures were well known among druidic circles for both their playful hijinks and malicious trickery.
Oh, please! Oh, golly me, oh my! You must release me or I'll die. This lantern only lights the way when I am hurting night and day. My pixie dust is bright as day. My injuries can light the way.
She cannot be more pain than my own ears from that insufferable rhyming.
My name is Dolly Thrice. Now won't you free me from this vice? It would be my pleasure, truly. Once I'm freed, I'll help you duly. I dare not name it, newfound friend. The faintest touch could spell my end.
Finally! Been trapped in that coffin with no one but a mad rider and my own farts for company.
Did me a good turn there, didn't you? What do I owe you? Sure I can, but will I? Yeah, sure, why not? Here, give this bell a shake. Speak the magic words and you'll get what you've earned. Protection from the shadow curse. What more could a dingus want? You're welcome.
So where did that magic come from?
Appears in your mind's eye. Lae'zel sees it too and considers the vision.
The tissue are enciphered, but I see the pattern. It's another story about Orpheus. I'll translate then. The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelaman. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more. It is not just him. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Kithraki. Anything?
Good. Grus, did you learn anything more? Perhaps we... Was there anything else? The great...
Don't speak to the prisoners.
Spit. Haven't seen Zevlos since. He's cozying up with Ketheric, for all I know. I'd offer to bet on it. Whatever the plan, I'll...
Yeah.
They always think that. I'm not sure why someone of your stature must converse with prisoners. Perhaps a The Absolute thanks you for this generous donation. Move along, true soul.
I fast, my friend? Any luck with those tools? Blessed Gerdul, I thought I'd never see it again. The plan is to wait for a quiet moment. We'll grab the tieflings along the way. We'll need them if it comes to a fight. You, however, are the clincher. Once we move, keep the patrols busy. If the bastards spot us, all of Bloody Moon will move once it's quiet. I must make it to Baldur's Gate! I must!
Defender of the people.
This is it!
Quiet.
Boat's good to go. My plan for now is to hide out on the water. Unless you have a better idea. Something survived in this hell's...
She's dead. Bex.
Through the dark, he went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave.
Ooh, spooky.
Merely protecting my assets. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. Oh, it would be pointless of me to try to... If chances are, many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed. Very... Should... In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, this... Getting warmer. It's something of great importance to your master. But is it a love letter, a warning, or a deed of ownership? I can give you all the gory details. And I will. Once the beast that lurks below... You have it in you to author a thrilling... Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, after all.
It is as we knew. They will... Death.
You do not belong here.
Your mind upends. Somehow, in the decayed soup of this creature's brain, a tadpole lives. Another presence nurtures it, manipulates it like a puppet.
No, you do not belong. This is the Dark Lady's house. She is no use for old, faithless bones.
You plunder.
You meddle!
You upset my plans. Leave. I am their creator. I saved them from life. From death. From their skin and their flesh. Now they serve me. Leave before... Stupid worm-infested cockhead! You have awoken the shadows! My forces are split. The defenses are thin. Rally on me. A wall of bone and blade against the darkness. Now!
Today, you fool.
Unworthy. Unworthy to walk among friendly bones. Leave!
Rats have ki like all living things, but it is not usually this frenetic. All power.
Talking of you, intruder, invader, unworthy one. Try it. Lot more guts than you'd expect.
Feed your bodies and rest your minds. Lady Shah needs her warriors strong and ready.
My creations are my pride and joy. I shall kill you for attacking them. I can do little with an apology, but you, I may have a use for you. Stinking pile of ogre afterbirth!
And I don't want to see any bite marks on it.
Never.
Finally, we can talk face to face. Not just any true soul would have succeeded in following my path. through this place. You should be pleased. I take it the breaking of my skeletons was an accident. The living are so clumsy, after all. Ah, you're a leech. Interesting. But there's always room for improvement when it comes to the flesh. My creations are more than a sum of their parts. General form? Rubbish. Everything is at hand here. Zorel merely envies the General's faith in me. I am in the midst of a grand strategy. But you're here now, and I may be able to put those limbs to work. You know what's at stake here, I take it.
You remember an ancient scroll rescued from an Amcathran monastery. It spoke of Balthazar, the monastic order's leader. Specifically, it recorded his death.
He didn't seem very legendary when I took his name. Naught but a pile of bones. Impressive tomb, though. But enough idle chatter. Keep to the matter at hand. You do know what's at stake here, yes? Interesting and private. Give me one reason why I shouldn't have my creations kill you right now, thief. Drill exceeds her authority. But fine. I'll overlook your transgressions this time. There are much grander things at stake. The Night Song is my finest creation. If I never exceed myself, I will still die happy. Not that I ever intend to do something as gauche as truly dying, of course. Now, given your prying nature, I have work for you as a scout. The Night Song lends the General his strength, his invulnerability. It must be recovered before his enemies attempt to exploit it. And spoil the surprise? I think not. But let's just say that the Night Song was a unique specimen even before I began my work. Words, even my words, are woefully insufficient. When you see for yourself, you will understand. I do not need you or your help, but you are here in spite of that, so I may as well make use of you. The Night Song is close, but the way is barred, and Shah's dead are uncooperative. Clear the path for me by blade, cunning, or whatever it takes. I will remain here until you have succeeded, or fallen.
I'd trust this gas bag about as far as I can throw him, which isn't far. But perhaps better to play along for now.
Fine. I will assign flesh to aid you on your way. Ring this bell, and he will come. My brother is no intellectual powerhouse, but he is strong, loyal, and punctual. Should a fight turn against you, remember the bell. In part, yes. My poor unborn twin. Mother always resented me for it, said I strangled him in the womb. If you can believe such tripe. Besides, once I developed my powers, I fetched him from the graveyard and brought him back. Gave him a new, better body. Alas, Mother was not pleased. We're still close. She's in a jar on the shelf over there. My creations need tending to. Not that it's any of your concern. This one's broken. He once tormented me as a youth, lifetimes ago. Now he serves me forever. No rest for you yet, Mikan. You will serve me until I am satisfied. Flesh will remain here until called. But don't fear, he has very sharp hearing. I chose his ears myself. Now, get to work.
Thirsty.
An ancient rust-colored bloodstain. It forms a neat disc, as if spilled calmly and willingly.
This is one of Lady Shah's trials. Allow me. It's important.
Values those that can remain unseen and can still obtain what they want. Stealth is a virtue derived from her very essence.
They won't see me coming. Every step counts. Worth a try. Child of the Night Singer embraces the shadows and
Another bowl, bearing the stains of an ancient blood.
Another trial. And it teaches us that we are our own worst enemy much of the time. Her embrace will elude us until we shed that which holds us back.
I smell a trap. Silence is gold.
Another bowl.
Another trial. Courtiers were said to be sure of foot in even the darkest recesses of Lady Shah's embrace. I must remember where to step, and have faith that she will guide me. I must remember where to step, and have faith that she will guide me.
Can't see why not.
I'm ready. And have faith that she will guide me.
One move ahead.
I must remember where to step. And have faith that she will guide me.
Sharp as ever. Here goes nothing.
What's the story?
Peace, medic matrix.
A hero at heart. Best foot forward. Let my enemies fall.
I will ascend. I got this.
Let my enemies fall. Two steps at a time.
Victory awaits. Taste my fury.
Let's cook with fire, baby.
Watch and learn. What's this now?
Take heed. I see a trap.
As one does. And I'm off.
What's this? Fresh entertainment. But you're too fresh for this place, aren't you? A dark dweller you may be, but there's a definite whiff of the surface to you.
Holy shit, an Orthon. Powerful devils. I wouldn't get on their bad side without a good reason.
You tiefling. You've got the stench of the hells about you, the stench of home, and a whiff of the surface besides. A servant of Zariel, if I'm not mistaken. I'd know the stench of her infernal machinery anywhere.
What do you know of infernal machinery?
Only what I can smell. And whatever engine burns within you is grinding to an inevitable explosion. Burning and fear. You reek with it. There's something else, almost hidden by your fear stink. Cherries. Musk. And sulfur. Raphael! I can smell him all over you! Where is he?
That perfume trickster swindled me. Trapped me! Where is he? Spit it out. Now!
We piss off a devil no matter what we do. Pick your poison. We'll handle the fallout like we always do.
Bargaining, are you? A Karator warlord once tried the same. I made him watch as I ate his concubines in young, then fashioned a codpiece from his skull. You can't help. It's not just walls that keep me here. Not the traps, the dark, or the creatures it hides. Something stronger holds me. A contract. Either I fulfill the contract, die trying, or forfeit my freedom. If I leave this place now, I'll become Raphael's slave. Maybe you'll find a crossbow bolt down your throat easier to manage. You wouldn't say that if you truly knew his mind. Just listen to the terms he gave me. Spill all the blood sworn to the night. Silence all prayers. Smother each rite. Wander Shah's halls, hungry to slay. Leave no justice here, alive to obey. Leave none to hear it, then be set free. This song is your oath. Swear it to me. Ah!
Well, that explains where all the Dark Justiciars went. You feel a chuckle of crackling fire in the back of your mind. It seems your patron enjoys a cleverly constructed contract, especially one with a built-in loophole. The song's last couplet is a clause that's nearly impossible to fulfill.
That's it.
So he's responsible for the carnage down here. All those Dark Justiciars. Slaughtered.
Parchment can burn. Oral agreements aren't worth the tongues they're waggled out upon. A song lingers. Raphael made double sure of that. I can't forget the damn thing so long as my word's not finished. I did as instructed, but the song still rattles about in my head. The contract still stands somehow. If I break it, I will become Raphael's slave forever. Anyway, enough prattle. The lyrics are clear. All who hear the song must die. Time to die.
You feel your patron's prickling flame at the back of your mind, and its diabolic words on your tongue. It wants to help.
The Merigans? They barely have a thought to share among themselves. But they do have ears. Kill yourselves. Back to the hells with you. I still hear it! Seems your theory is wrong! lesser. Stay very still. My beauty. I still hear it! If you're wrong about this, I'll claw my way out of a furnace and eat you alive. Contract be damned! Nicely played, Raphael. Bastard.
An acceptable conclusion. But it is a shame I won't know the pleasure of executing a war devil. Well, there is always next time.
Nothing. Nothing's wrong at all.
You detect the gentlest of presences disturbing the temple's ancient, stale air. It seems to encircle Shadowheart, welcoming her.
Lady Shah's presence. I felt her too. We're right where we need to be, under her gaze. This is the right path. Let's continue.
Your Lady Shah, surmount her trials, and rise a dark Justicia.
The Gauntlet of Shah. This place is legendary. Even with half my memories locked away, I still remember the stories. The Dark Lady's finest warriors arose from this place. Now I'm here.
Shah worshippers value traits like stealth, martial prowess, and navigating their goddess's darkness. The trials may test such skills. It seems they would complete their initiation with the blood sacrifice of a Selûnite.
In order to join Lady Shah's elite, you had to pass her trials, then make a sacrifice in her innermost sanctum. One revealed only when you've proven yourself. Very few made it that far. I've dreamed of this place. This is my destiny. I must complete the trials. What does it mean? It means we'll have power. Power we can use to take on the Absolute and rid ourselves of these parasites, once and for all. If I become a Dark Justicia, I'll have Lady Shah's highest blessing, and her arsenal at my disposal. This will... The Gauntlet of Shah. I can't believe it. I can't believe we found the Dark Lady's sacred crucible. It need not indeed. I think you understand how important this is to me. I must prevail. I know. I can scarcely believe it's real. But I saw it with my own eyes. Felt the polished stone walls raised in Lady Shah's honor. Normally, it would not be for me to pursue becoming a Dark Justicia without a superior's command. But this is different. My lady he's a pompous sack of spare parts. He and his undead lackeys should never have come here. Perhaps I can rid Lady Shah's gauntlet of them yet. The Gauntlet of Shah is no ordinary temple. It is the highest test of the Dark Lady's faithful, to judge if they are worthy of becoming a Dark Justicia. The Gauntlet has double meaning. It speaks of the ordeals to be overcome, and of the armor-clad fist of Lady Shah that would embrace the worthy. Survive the crushing gauntlet, and the old ways were lost over time. Now some claim the rank simply by killing a single Selûnite. But before, they were a true elite. Many would attempt the trials, but few would succeed.
Do not falter now. Once descend to the night zone. Make a sacrifice. Rise again. A dark justiciar.
Almost there. I will not fail you, my lady.
That's incredible news. I won't ask for the specifics as to how you uncovered that. I can't believe there's an end in sight.